Hey guys, what is going on? My name is Caleb Thornton and welcome back to another video. Today we're taking a look at one of Razer's recently released wireless products, and today we're taking a look at their new flagship headset, which is called the Razer Blackshark V2 Pro. I recently did take a look at the Razer Blackshark X or V2X, which is a more budget-friendly option of the same line of headsets. And if you guys want to check that out, I'll have that linked in the description below. But as always, stick around to hear about the comfort, build quality, and features, and whether this thing is going to be worth the price point they're asking. You can find the V2 Pro on both Razer's and Amazon's website for $180, which is definitely a hefty price tag, but not out of line with what we're seeing from other higher-end gaming headsets right now in today's market, with Logitech's flagship headset coming in at even $20 more expensive than this one. I have to say, let's take a second to appreciate the boxing. There's nothing better when you pay quite a bit on a product and you open up the box and right from the very start you get that nice premium feel. That's definitely what this gave me. I'll probably get some B-roll of this too, but looking at the box, all foam. It's really nice, padded down in there. All your accessories, including that headset, got foam on the top, foam on the inside. Absolutely no worries about it getting damaged in the shipping process. So it's really nice just to start off your experience with opening it with knowing that everything is packaged so nicely. Out of the box, besides obviously getting the headset itself, you're gonna get your wireless dongle, which is gonna be used for your hyperspeed wireless connection, a 3.5 to 3.5 millimeter audio jack for your physical connections, a micro USB to a micro USB-A cable, which is for charging, and then finally your detachable microphone, which comes with an included windscreen, and then also along with an instruction or a Razer branded instruction pamphlet just to help you get started with your headset. Let's start off with talking about the build quality and also the comfort these guys offer. And I'm definitely not lying to you when I say these are definitely some of the most comfortable headphones I've ever worn, coming in at just 320 grams for the weight, which is super impressive for a wireless headset. As far as the padding goes itself, you do get a Flownet memory foam weave, which reminds me of just kind of a sports fabric weave material. It's very breathable, also super comfortable. You're not gonna get quite the amount of noise canceling that you might expect with something like a leatherette padding because it's a little bit more breathable, so a little bit more sound gets through there, but still works very well. I will mention, even though these ear cups are pretty big, fit very easily over my ears, the padding on it is not quite thick enough to keep my ears from hitting on the drivers, so I still do get my ears hitting on those drivers, but I'll try to get some close-up shots of this. You actually get a nice padding or foam on top of those drivers themselves, so even though my ears are kind of bumping up in there, it's still a very comfortable wearing experience overall. Following that right up to the headband, you get that same memory foam on the bottom, making for a really comfortable over the crown of your head. And then you get this nice kind of leatherette or leather top piece, which is weaved down into that memory foam, making this really nice uniform look overall. The clamping force in these guys is definitely on the weaker side, and that might be an issue with some of you guys that may have smaller heads, because even when this is adjusted to its smallest size, you're not gonna get a lot of it pressure down in your head, which might cause some issues. It's nothing bad, and obviously you're not gonna be shaking your head a lot for normal daily gaming use anyways, so it shouldn't be anything that's gonna cause issues in the long run, but just something you guys might wanna take into consideration. As far as adjustability goes in this headset, it is exactly the same as their other models. You have these two metal wires on each side, and with the wireless headset, you're obviously gonna have a little bit more weight in those ear cups because of the wireless components they have to stick in there, which did make me a little bit worried at first with how they would do with the metal wires. So far though, really nice and smooth, gliding up and down, and it also doesn't wanna fall out of place, which was what was kind of concerning me when you put it on your head, so you don't have to worry about it shifting around a whole bunch. Something I really do enjoy about these metal wires, and I did mention this in my other review too, is just how much flex they give you. Obviously there isn't a built-in swivel mechanism just because it is fixed on these wires, but when you put it on your head, basically no matter what your head size is, between the flex out this way with the clamping force being pretty light and that swivel point you get here, it's really gonna be nice for accommodating any head size, and especially for you glasses wearers out there, it shouldn't cause any issues with your frames on your head making a pressure point. Overall, the comfort and build quality of these things has been a really big win for me so far, even over long periods of gaming sessions or just daily productivity use. For the design on this headset, they did black everything out, so there's no green Razer logo slapped on the side of the ear cup, or the wire between the ear cup and the headband itself is black now too, which I really appreciate. Just gonna help it blend in with your color scheme at home, not having something green sticking out in your setup. As far as the plastic too on this one, it is a different finish. It's a completely smooth plastic now, which does pick up oils and fingerprints a lot easier than the other ones, but it also does have a really nice premium feel to it. On the left ear cup is where you're gonna find all your controls and also ports. Starting at the very top one, you're gonna have your power button, which you either hold down to turn it on or off, and it does give you an audio cue to let you know when that's happening. Below that you have your either mic mute or mic active button, which doesn't have an audio cue, but it does have a nice tactile tick to let you know when you've either pushed it in or released it. Down below that, you have your charging port, which is a micro USB, which you can plug into anything to get charged up. Then below that, you have your 3.5mm jack, which is going to be used for your physical connections. And this can be used on basically anything with that 3.5mm jack, even Xbox, which is a nice addition. Then finally below that, you're gonna have your mic input, which is gonna be where you're gonna plug in that detachable microphone, and you can easily take that off, which is nice. It's unlike the other ones, which had a fixed mic on them. Then finally on the side, which some people might find this tacky, I personally enjoy it. You get that volume roller, which does stick out the side. Might look a little weird to you guys. I find it really nice and convenient, especially when I'm sitting down playing games. It's very easy just to reach back there, find that, and it does give you a nice little tactile bump in the middle there too, to let you know when you're at half volume. For connectivity, like I did mention earlier, this is using Razer's hyperspeed wireless technology, which every device I've used that has this technology, boasting from Razer, like their mice and other wireless peripherals, absolutely no issue with it, and the same story has been for this so far. I'm able to walk even rooms away, shutting doors without any static or breakup, which is really impressive. These are gonna be able to get you up to 20 hours of battery life as well. And for most people, that's gonna be like up to a week of just daily use, depending on how long you're actually going for. Maybe you're a hardcore gamer, in that case, it might not last as long. But always a good rule of thumb, just plug your wireless devices in afterwards, after you're done using them, that is. That's what I usually do, and then you're not gonna have to worry about that battery being drained off in the first place. Let's go ahead and talk about the sound that these guys offer, and I have to say right off the bat, super impressed with these. These are using Razer's Triforce titanium 50mm drivers, which are giving you a frequency range from all the way down to 12 up to 28 versus the standard with a lot of gaming headsets, which is a 20 to 20. So you're getting a lot of extra both on your bass end and also up into those highs. Between that extra frequency range and as well as getting those Triforce drivers, which is gonna help give you that separate space for your 3, your mid, your highs, and then also your bass, so you can tune those at separate points, is really gonna help get rid of any muddiness that you might get with a single driver tuning those. This headset has been sounding absolutely phenomenal from everything from watching videos to gaming to even editing. It really does deliver those nice, crispy, punchy bass, so that not the kind that's gonna roll over your mids and highs and make it muddy like you might find in some other headsets, as well as delivering those nice, clear, crisp high notes with the extra frequency range it has. My main game I've been playing right now is Destiny 2, which not only gives you that nice immersive environment during your story and campaign missions, but also has PvP where you really want to hear those audio cues and things like footsteps. So far, performing really well in both of those scenarios, giving me that immersive environment during those story games, but also really being able to help me out when I'm in a high intensity situation like in PvP. So far, this headset has been checking so many boxes as far as audio goes for me. Having that separation between your bass, your mids, and your highs and being able to tune those individually really does help that sound so much without having one or the other overtaking another sound or making any muddiness overall in your mix. The soundstage on it has been absolutely great so far. I would say these are getting so close to being like a studio headphone, which is really impressive to say for a pair of wireless ones. The mic itself that they're using with this one is actually a super cardioid mic, which is a newer one for Razer and one of their biggest mics yet. I mean, this thing, you can see it right now, is pretty stinking huge. And you can read up more about it on their website itself, but basically what it's delivering you, what the difference between the super cardioid and their normal one is the fact that it gives you a little bit more of a sweet spot for your voice going to it, and also it's gonna be able to cut out some more of those noises on your sides as well as around you. All right, we're gonna go ahead and jump into a mic test now, and during the mic test, I'm gonna go over some of the options that they offer in the Synapse software for both your mic and then also the audio on the headset. So let's go ahead and hop into that.
Alrighty guys, we are now talking on the mic on the Blackshark V2 Pro. Only thing I did change, everything's completely stock. I just raised the volume up to 100 on the mic itself because I didn't want to have to worry about you guys not being able to hear me very well like I did on my last mic test. So hopping right over to the mixer, this is where you can mess around with your THX, audio, surround sound, choosing your zones and dragging them how you want to individually. You can also put your modes on your games if they have some games that already are THX remastered for that. There's also different modes you can do if you want to do it manually. Right now it's just set to auto. Under enhancement is where you'll find some of your things you can do with your audio itself. You can turn on a bass boost. I recommend just going through for yourself. I personally don't really like the bass boost that much, but you get sound normalization as well as voice clarity. I don't mess around with those too much, and I haven't messed around with it much as far as messing with each individual setting itself. But here you do get some defaults as far as game, movie, music, and you'll see it just moves the sliders around, and these do sound pretty decent. I've used them for the different things themselves, but you can also set it custom for your highs and your mids and your lows to customize it right in as you want it. Right now I just have it all flat though. Moving over to the mic, you do get a lot of adjustability, which is pretty cool to have here. You get some different presets here, and I'll turn these on now, and you guys will probably hear it going on in the recording. I haven't personally listened back to these individually, so we're kind of testing it live right now, but you guys can kind of hear the difference it'll make, and then again, you'll be able to customize it exactly to how you like. So really cool to be able to have these features here. This is the one thing I did change already. I just raised this mic volume to 100% to make sure you guys can be able to hear me okay. You also get a voice gate here. You can mic preview it to see how it sounds as well. And then you get some different options here for voice normalization, vocal clarity, and ambient noise reduction. Overall, there's a lot of different adjustability options you get in the software, which I really appreciate, so you can really dial in both your mic and then also your audio to how you like it.
Overall, guys, I've honestly really been enjoying these. Super surprised with the quality. I didn't even expect it to be as good as it was. Even with that hefty price point of $180, I really do think they're worth it for what they deliver in both comfort, build quality, and sound and features. If you guys are thinking about picking these up, I would definitely recommend them. Thank you guys all so much for watching. If you found the video helpful or informative, please do hit that like button for me and subscribe for more content like this in the future. And as always, if you have any questions about my experience with the headset so far, or any questions about it in channel, leave them in the comments down below and I'll try my best to get back to you quickly. And I'll see you guys in the next one.